What's going on, guys? Cecil here. Welcome to Inside. So today I'm trying to explain the ending of this game. So let's get started. So I've just beaten this game, and once you beat this game, it actually replays the entire game from the beginning. That's just the way it is. So yeah, I've just beaten this game just now, and by the way, just for the record, this is one of the best games I've ever played in my entire life. The puzzles were so smart and intelligently made, and everything in this game was just amazing. The sound effects, the story itself, everything was just amazing. So yeah, this is definitely one of the best games I ever played in my entire life. That's first of all. Second of all, the ending of this game was kind of confusing to me, especially because when the ending came, I was like, what the hell is that even all about? You know, the entire game was confusing. You just keep going on and on, solving a puzzle after another, seeing where you should go and what is there that you could go to and what is there you could not go to. And you just keep solving the puzzles over and over and keep moving forward from point A to point B to point C without really knowing what the hell is going on, what the hell is all this about, without really understanding what the hell is even going on. So, yeah, after I've beaten this game, it was really confusing, by the way, but after I've beaten this game, I kept thinking for a long time on what this game was all about, what is the secret message behind this game, and I have some sort of an explanation that might make sense. First of all, spoiler alert, duh, I mean, come on, it's obvious. I mean, I'm gonna talk about things that's gonna happen in the ending of the game and within that time of the game. I mean, I'm gonna talk about a lot of things that happen within the game and at the ending of the game, so obviously, spoiler alert. But don't worry, it's not gonna be much of a spoiler because none of the things that happen in the game make sense anyway. What I'm trying to say is that there is not much of a spoiler because the things that happen in the game don't make any sense and you will not understand any of them. So, you know, the game doesn't explain anything. The things just keep happening all over the place and you don't understand anything. The game doesn't explain anything. So it's not really much of a spoiler if you don't understand what's going on. You wouldn't really understand what's happening in the game anyway. So yeah, not much of a spoiler alert, but just for the record, a little bit of a spoiler alert. So yeah, now that I've warned you about the spoiler alert, let me just get right into what happens within the game. So within the game, in the first you are just a little boy that literally everything that notices you kills you. That's first of all. Like literally when someone notices your existence, he just goes straight up to murdering you. Like this place is literally worse than freaking Game of Thrones. I mean, look at this. Look at this. For example, this guy noticed me there and he just chokes me to death. What the hell is that place? What the hell is that place? That's worse than Game of Thrones, literally. So obviously within the game, whatever living creature there is, or whatever even the freaking mechanics or the freaking robots there is, you are trying as much as possible to not get noted by anything at all. At some points you are trying to not be noticed at all. At some points it is okay for you to be noticed, but you are pretending to be a robot doing certain movements. So yeah, within the entire game you are trying as much as possible to not get noticed by anything or anyone at all, not even robots, not a living creature or a robot or maybe even a bird, not anything to be noticed by at all. But sometimes it is okay for you to be noticed by some certain robots, but you are going to have to pretend to be a robot from a huge group of robots that keep walking in certain movements and keep doing certain things. So yeah, this is really a cool game that's full of a lot of challenges and you're gonna like that. Aside from not trying to be noticed by anyone at all, there is also you trying to solve some puzzles like this one right there. This one was a stupid puzzle. You just make this freaking thing right there to get above it. So yeah, aside from not trying to be noticed by anyone at all or get noticed by freaking robots but trying to make certain movements, there are also a lot of puzzles. This one was a pretty easy puzzle, but there are a lot of challenging puzzles. And also, not just that, there are also a lot of other challenges like dogs chasing you, trying to kill you. So you're trying to act smart against them to not try to get killed by the freaking dogs. I mean, this is really a cool game with a lot of challenges, like I said. But at the end of the game, something weird happens is that you get completely naked and go into some sort of a machine that has some sort of a liquid inside it, and then get in some sort of a freaking huge brain that is connected by a bunch of naked people all over the place, and you attach it from that machine inside the liquid machine right there, and then you control the entire brain that is made of naked bodies. It's just kind of disturbing, actually. Also within the game, there are a lot of freaking people that are acting like complete 100% zombies, are doing certain things all over the place, and they are not really doing anything other than what they're told to. Sometimes you try to pretend to be one of them. Sometimes you control them. Actually, you have the ability to control them by putting something in your head and control them. And sometimes you try to collect them above a certain thing so that you would actually be able to unlock a certain door or something. Like, really, there are a lot of things in this game, but these are the things that I'm gonna say to try to prove what I am trying to say about the truth of this game. I'm not gonna say anything else about the game. So my theory is that this game represents the old times. Not exactly very old times, but somewhere between 1980 and 1990. That's exactly where this game is occurring. The game is kind of representing the concept of people who have higher power and they are controlling the people and the way they're thinking. And I'm talking by higher power, rich people or the government. Both of them work the same way, rich people or the government. From the very start of the game to the very end, you will actually notice that the experiments of the people who are supposedly have higher power than you and are trying to control the way you are thinking actually have some sort of experiments, and these experiments slowly evolve from regular and normal experiments. They are still freaking violent and they still kill you, but their experiments kind of evolve. Within the time of the game, they evolve from regular, normal experiments into completely disturbing and disgusting experiments. And throughout the game, you will find a lot of mind controlling devices that are developed technology, the way that you are going to use to actually control other people that are acting like zombies. I mean, yes, you will actually find a lot of mind controlling devices, and you will actually get to use some of them to control a lot of other zombie people so that you will be able to solve a lot of puzzles. So yeah, you can already tell that the puzzles in this game are freaking hard, but trust me, it gets harder. The brain that you find in the weird device that has liquid attached all over it and you disattach it actually represents the entire population of people right there. I don't want to actually focus a lot in the gameplay of this game, so let me just go somewhere safe. Oh my god, I don't want to go into any place. Alright, there we go. Alright, let me just be somewhere safe and then I'm gonna continue talking. So what I was saying is that the brain that is represented by a lot of naked people that you actually unattach from the nitrogen device or whatever actually represents the entire population, alright? And that's exactly why it actually is shaped as a brain, because the entire population of people is actually where the collective mind is. It's actually where all the industry comes from. Everything that ever happens in the entire industry of the empires and stuff actually comes from the population of people and the working hands. Like I said, within the game you will actually get to unplug this entire population brain from the freaking machinery, and when you do that you actually free the people and join them, and you will actually join together in some sort of a riot so that you will actually gain your free will. While the brain of naked people is actually moving forward or backward, you will actually notice that there are a lot of people that are trying to escape from that brain-formed people, and once they start escaping, they actually fall into their death. They fall into their death down the hill or from the freaking window or whatever. They just fall into their death. And that actually shows how dependent these people are on the people that have higher power above them, which are the government and the rich people and the scientists that are actually developing this liquid machine that they are attached into. That shows how much dependent these people are, and if they get rid of it, if they get rid of this freaking attachment that they are attached into, they freaking die. If they try to get towards their free will, they die. It's like without these higher powered people, they do not know how to make their own decisions. They do not know how to be dependent and make their own decisions for themselves. No, they are entirely dependent on these higher powered people to make all their decisions for them and to tell them what to do and what not to do. At the end of the game, the brain that is collected by naked people actually lays down under the sunlight and slowly dies. And that actually means that they cannot make their own decisions and they are actually dying because they do not know how to live life without a master. I believe that the sunlight is actually representing the nature itself and how cruel it is to these people without these masters that were controlling them, actually protecting them from the nature and from everything that... Okay, I will just try to stay back. So like I said, I believe that the sunlight is representing the nature and how cruel it is to these people who were trying to free themselves from their master and then realized that the masters were actually protecting them from the nature and how cruel it is to them. And without their masters, they're actually unprotected and the nature just kills them right off. It's like without their masters, they actually became a turtle that got out of its house. It's not protected anymore. It's without a shell, so it's very easy for it to die at any moment because the shell is what's protecting it. The shell is what's kind of evolving it, or not evolving it, but trying to protect it from danger. You know what I'm saying? And the funny part is the people that were trying to get into their free will in the brain of the naked people actually succeed in killing a lot of their masters, including the very boss who was the manager of the entire freaking building that was full of scientists, and they were inside plugged into that liquid machine. They killed the manager and the boss that was freaking sitting in the very top of the building, which is kind of insane. So that tells us two things. First of all, the people have the power to kill their own masters. Second of all, the people could not survive without their masters. Because without a master, they became empty, just a shell without a conscience, just a turtle without its freaking house, you know. They just can't make their own decisions for themselves, and they will just lay there under the sunlight, which represents the nation, and slowly die, slowly dissolve into liquid or acid or whatever. And at the end, I would like to say that I do not support this idea at all, but that's the thing that made the most sense to me when I tried to connect the events that happened within the game to something that actually makes sense. I hope that made sense to you. Let me know what's your theory about what this game is trying to say or the message that's hidden behind this game. And yeah, that's all. Thanks for watching. See you guys later. Bye.